Hello guys, our lesson for today is about ecosystems. What is ecosystems? An ecosystem is a geographic area where plants, animals, and other organisms, as well as weather and landscape, work together to form a bubble of life. Ecosystems contain biotic or living parts as well as abiotic factors or non-living parts. Biotic factors include plants, animals, and other organisms. Ang ekosistema ay isang buong planeta kung saan may buhay at di buhay na organismo sa kapaligiran gaya ng tubig, hangin, at lupang mineral. Soil. Soil is a critical part of an ecosystem. It provides important nutrients for the plants. It helps anchor the plants to keep them in place. Soil absorbs and holds water for plants and animals to use and provides a home for lots of living organisms. Ang lupa ay isang kritikal na bahagi ng ekosistema. Nagbibigay siya ng mahalagang nutrisyon sa halaman. Ang lupa ay sumisipsip at humahawak ng tubig para sa mga halaman at hayop na gagamitin at nagbibigay ng tahanan para sa maraming buhay na organismo. Air. The atmosphere provides oxygen and carbon dioxide for the plants and animals in an ecosystem. The atmosphere is almost part of the water cycle. Without the complex interactions and elements in the atmosphere, there would be no life at all. Ang kapaligiran ay nagbibigay ng oxygen at carbon dioxide para sa halaman at hayop sa ekosistema. Bahagi din ito ng ikot ng tubig. Kung walang komplikadong pakikipag-ugnay at mga elemento sa kapaligiran, wala talagang buhay. Hindi ka makahinga. The sun. The heat and light from the sun are critical parts of an ecosystem. The sun's heat helps water evaporate and return to the atmosphere where it is cycled back into water. The heat also keeps plants and animals warm. The light from the sun is necessary for photosynthesis so that plants have the energy they need to make food. Ang init at ilaw ng araw ay kritikal na bahagi ng ekosistema. Tumutulong ito sa pagsingaw ng tubig at bumalik sa kapaligiran kung saan na-cycle siya pabalik sa tubig. Pinapanatili din ito ang mga hayop at halaman na pasiglahin. Ang ilaw na mula sa araw ay kailangan para sa photosynthesis upang ang mga halaman ay may lakas gumawa ng kailangan nilang pagkain. Water. Without water, there would be no life. Water is a large percentage of the cells that make up all living organisms. Water is also used by plants to carry and distribute the nutrients they need to survive. Kung walang tubig, walang buhay. Malaki ang porsyento ng tubig ng mga cells na bumubuo sa lahat ng nabubuhay organismo. Ginagamit ito ng mga halaman upang dalhin at ipamahagi ang nutrisyon na kailangan nila upang mabuhay. Examples of ecosystems. Examples of ecosystems are agro-ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem, coral reef, desert, forest, human ecosystem, littoral zone, marine ecosystem, prairie, rainforest, savanna, steppe, taiga, tundra, urban ecosystem, and others. Biomes. Biomes are globally similar areas. including ecosystems as regard combinations of plants, animals, soil organisms, and climatic conditions. They have certain common factors. Plant structures samples trees, shrubs, grasses. Leaf types, broadleaf, needles, plant spacing, forest, woodland, savanna, and climate. The basic types of biomass are land, freshwater, and marine biomass. Ang biomass o bioma ay pangklima at pangheograpiya bilang parehong kondisyon pangklima sa daigdig kaya ng pamayanan ng halaman, hayop, at mga organismo sa lupa. Halimbawa, puno, damo, istrukturang halaman. Broadleaf, karayom, istrukturang dahon. Kagubatan, kakahuyan, ito yung tinatawag na plant spacing. Habitats. Within each ecosystem, there are habitats of various sizes. A habitat is a place with a population, a group of living organisms of the same kind. All the populations living in the same place at the same time interact, forming a community. Such community also interacts with the non-living world around it, thus forming an ecosystem. The habitat must provide the organisms with food, water, temperature, oxygen, and other goods they need. Among population in the same habitat, different processes may occur, such as cooperation, symbiosis, but also competition and predation. Ang habitat ay nangangahulugang tirahan. Tumutukoy sa isang lugar kung saan naninirahan ang partikular na uri ng hayop o halaman. Ang isang lugar ay may tuturing na habitat kapag mayroong sapat na pagkain, masilungan at mga pangunahing pangangailangan ang mga hayop o halaman. The energy and water cycle. All living things need energy. In an ecosystem, the sun is the source of energy. Different species in ecosystems have different functions: producers, consumers, or decomposers, all of them being important parts of an ecosystem. Producers are green plants which make their own food. Consumers are animals which get their energy from the producers or organisms that eat producers. Producers are the plants make their own food. There's consumers. There are three types of consumers: herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. Decomposers. Mga hayop na pumapagabag sa patay na halaman at hayop mga organikong materyales na bumalik sa lupa. There are three types of consumers: herbivores, animals that eat plants, mga hayop na kumakain ng halaman. Carnivores, animals that eat herbivores and sometimes other carnivores. Mga hayop na kumakain ng halaman at iba pang hayop na carnivore. Omnivores, animals that eat plants and other animals. Mga hayop na kumakain ng halaman at kumakain ng iba pang mga hayop. Decomposers, Decomposers are plants and animals that break down dead plants and animals into organic material which go back into soil. So, mga halaman at hayop na pumapakabag sa patay na halaman at hayop, mga organikong materyales na bumalik sa lupa. Living beings also need water within their habitats. Their needs are met through the water cycle. Ang mga tao ay nangangailangan din ng tubig sa loob ng kanilang tirahan. Natutugunan ang kanilang pangangailangan sa pamamagitan ng ikot ng tubig. Maligo, pandilig ng halaman, iniinom. Energy and water are vital to the survival of an ecosystem. Thus, a system of conservation is necessary. The exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen is a process of conservation where one species discards means food for another. When food is limited, the conservation processes and the need for recycling become more urgent. If it is not successful, species are endangered and may even become extinct. So, mahalaga sa kaligtasan ang itinapon ng isang species ay pagkain para sa iba. The water cycle sees evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and transpiration, and percolation. Material flow. Living organisms also need certain nutrients. Plants obtain elements such as carbon, nitrogen, or phosphorus from the atmosphere, water, or soil. Animals can also obtain them directly from the environment, but mostly from food, eating other organisms. The nutrients are transferred within the bodies of organisms and later on returned to an organic state. Often bacteria are involved in such processes. Decomposition. The elements in the environment are then again used by new organisms. Ang mga nabubuhay na organismo ay nangangailangan din ng ilang nutrisyon. Nakakuha ang mga halaman ng mga elemento tulad ng carbon, nitrogen o phosphorus mula sa kapaligiran, tubig o lupa. Maaari ring makuha ang mga hayop ang mga ito ng direkta mula sa kapaligiran, ngunit karamihan mula sa pagkain ng iba pang mga organismo. Ang mga nutrisyon ay nababago sa loob ng katawan ng mga organismo at kalaunan ay bumalik sa isang walang katuturang estado. Kadalasan ang mga bakterya ay nakasangkot sa naturang mga proseso, halimbawa, mabulok. Ang mga elemento sa kapaligiran ay muling ginagamit ng mga bagong organismo. This is the material flow cycle in the ecosystem. Solar energy gives energy to producers, which is the plants. Consumers, three types of consumers: herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Sila yung herbivores, mga hayop na kumakain ng halaman. At decomposers, bacteria, fungi, kung saan mga peste like langaw or ipis, Sila yung bumabagabag sa patay na halaman at hayop, mga organikong materyales na bumalik sa lupa. Like, yung mga halaman na may uod. This is abiotic chemicals: carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, minerals. Studies the lessons of ecosystem. That is all for today's lesson. Thank you. I'm Adeline Tabo Tabo, Video Lessons Reporter.